This is the story of T-Bone Turtle. T-Bone Turtle looked the same as any other turtle, except for one thing. He wore glasses. In fact, T-Bone even wrote a song about it, and he would sit on the riverbank and sun himself and sing, "With my glasses off, I can really never tell if I'm sitting in a well or still within my shell. With my glasses off, I can never really see if I'm sitting in a tree or still inside of me. So I wear my glasses all day long. I can see, lucky me, so I sing this little song." But T-Bone Turtle didn't always wear glasses. No, sir. One day, when it was very hot, T-Bone thought that he would sun himself on the riverbank. "What nice cool mud," said T-Bone. "That's what I'll do. I'll take a long mud bath." All morning, he stretched out in the bubbling mud, and then he looked at his watch. "Oh, my goodness," he cried. "I didn't know that it was getting this late. Guess I'll just sit on the rock to dry." He crawled over to what he thought was a big brown rock, but as he sat down, the rock moved.
"Hey, look out, T-Bone!"
Someone squealed.
"I'm not a rock, I'm a porcupine."
"Ow, ow, ow!" hollered T-Bone. "You stuck me with your quills, Porcupine. They hurt."
"Fair is fair, T-Bone," answered Porcupine. "You sat on me."
"Well, I didn't see a porcupine," apologized T-Bone. "I'm sorry, I really am." T-Bone brushed the sharp quills away, and Porcupine shook his head sadly, because things like this happened all the time. T-Bone simply couldn't see where he was going.
"Say, when are you ever going to get your eyeglasses, T-Bone?" asked Porcupine. "Someday you'll really hurt yourself."
And then T-Bone made up his mind, just like that. "Porcupine," he said firmly, "I'm going to visit Dr. Owl right away. This is the last straw." Porcupine laughed happily.
"I'm glad, T-Bone, because yesterday you couldn't see it and you fell into a great big hole."
Then T-Bone remembered something else. It was Barney Beaver who always saw T-Bone before T-Bone saw him. And to be truthful, the turtle was afraid. He liked Barney Beaver as a person, but like all beavers, Barney had a wide, flat tail, which he used all the time, on the back of T-Bone Turtle's shell. "He plays on the back of my shell as though it were a drum, and he beats it with his great big tail," explained T-Bone to Porcupine. "And the noise drives me crazy. If I could only see him coming on time, I could get inside my shell and hide. Then he'd never, ever see me." While he was talking, he didn't know that Penny, a pretty little girl turtle, had walked up behind him. "I think you'd look very handsome in glasses," said Penny. T-Bone jumped a foot in the air in surprise. "Gosh, Penny," he gasped, "I didn't see you. You frightened me for a minute. Do you think I'd really look handsome wearing glasses?"
"You know I do," answered Penny shyly.
"All right, then," decided T-Bone. "If you love me just the same, I'll go to Dr. Owl and get them right away." Penny asked if she could go with him, and of course T-Bone was only too happy to have her come. Dr. Owl didn't live far away, and he was glad to see his friends. "It's about time you came to see me, T-Bone," said Dr. Owl, looking down his nose. "We'll fix you up right away. Please sit down right over there." The turtle walked in the direction of the chair, but then there was a huge crash. T-Bone went right through the window.
"Oh, gracious!" screamed Penny. "You really are nearsighted. Put some glasses on him, Dr. Owl, before he really gets hurt."
There was a box full of all sorts of eyeglasses on Dr. Owl's table, and he tried one, then another on T-Bone until he found just the right pair. "Try these, T-Bone," urged the doctor. "I think these'll do." And they did do. As soon as T-Bone put them on, he smiled broadly and looked Penny squarely in the eye. He could hardly believe what he saw. "Golly, Penny," he said, "you're even more beautiful than I thought you were. Say,
I can see fine, Dr. Owl. Barney Beaver'll never catch me now.
After thanking Dr. Owl, T-Bone took Penny by the hand and skipped down the path, seeing things he had never seen before. The sky was bluer than he ever thought possible, the grass greener, and the trees taller. He said good morning to friends he had not recognized for ever so long. It goes without saying that T-Bone Turtle was thrilled.
Let's go to the river and show Porcupine my new glasses, Penny,
he cried, and they both headed straight to the mud bank.
Porcupine, Porcupine, shouted T-Bone. Look at my new glasses.
Porcupine just beamed.
Why, they're beautiful, T-Bone, he said. Can you see better now?
Can I?
T-Bone explained.
Just perfectly. I'll be able to see Barney Beaver in a flash. Uh-oh!
Just as T-Bone had said that, who should be swimming along but Barney Beaver?
Quick, T-Bone, whispered Penny. Get into your shell. He hasn't seen you.
T-Bone didn't have to be told the second time. He crawled within his shell in a hurry.
Here, I'll cover you with mud,
said Porcupine, which he did. Sure enough, Barney Beaver went swimming by, waving to Penny and Porcupine, without even knowing that T-Bone was there too. Penny sighed with happiness as she pushed aside the mud that covered T-Bone. They had really fooled Barney Beaver that time.
It's all right, T-Bone,
she laughed. You can come out now.
Here I come, Penny,
said T-Bone from within his shell. There was a strange knocking sound.
That's funny, muttered T-Bone. I'll try again.
Again the strange sound, only this time it was louder.
Oh my gosh, cried T-Bone, still inside his shell. Help me, Penny! Help me, Porcupine! I'm stuck! I can't get my head out of the shell!
Penny gasped with fright.
Why not, T-Bone? Because my glasses are in the way. That's why not, moaned T-Bone. I'll be stuck in my shell forever.
Truly, that was the case, or so it seemed. How could poor T-Bone push his head out without breaking his brand new glasses? What to do? Would he have to stay in his shell forever?
Nonsense, cried Penny. We'll think of something to get you out. You just stay where you are. I have no choice, answered T-Bone from within his own little cave.
Then Porcupine came up with an idea.
Here, let me get behind you, T-Bone, he suggested. I'll try to push you out from the back. Oh.
Try as he might, Porcupine failed to even budge T-Bone's head. And T-Bone hollered out,
It won't work, Porcupine. It's jamming my glasses even more. Please go to Dr. Owl, Penny. Please. Maybe he can do something.
Telling T-Bone that she would be right back, Penny ran as fast as any turtle could to Dr. Owl's office in the old tree stump. And to make things faster, Dr. Owl flew to the riverbank as fast as any owl could fly. Poor T-Bone pushed and knocked against his shell, but it was no use. He was stuck, and that was it.
Now, T-Bone, soothed Dr. Owl. Nothing is so bad that it can't be worse. Let me see. We could... Yes, said T-Bone eagerly. No, that wouldn't do, said Dr. Owl, shaking his head. Well, we could, as a matter of fact... Yes, cried T-Bone even more eagerly. No, I guess that wouldn't work either, T-Bone, muttered Dr. Owl. Listen, T-Bone, as a doctor, I don't usually do anything like this, but this is very special, and we've got to try everything. I know exactly what will do it.
What? Cried Penny, Porcupine, and T-Bone all together. Dr. Owl looked very important.
A spaceship rocket, he announced. We'll blast you off. It only flies about 5 feet in the air. Maybe this would work. Well, now we'll just tie this skyrocket to your tail like this, said Dr. Owl.
Porcupine was trying to be helpful too, and with Penny's help, he set the computer for the blast-off.
3, 2, 1, lift off!
And T-Bone sailed like a bird high over everyone's head. "I've got a nice soft pillow for you when you land," called Penny. And just as T-Bone started to fall, she quickly put the pillow right in the spot where T-Bone fell. Dr. Owl and Porcupine rushed up to the unhappy turtle.
Is your head unstuck?
Asked Dr. Owl.
Not only is my head still stuck,
replied T-Bone, almost on the verge of crying,
but I think I'm backwards, upside down, inside out, and turned around. All this just because I wanted to get glasses in order to see Barney Beaver coming.
Everybody had been so busy in this excitement that no one even saw Barney Beaver, who heard all the noise, arrive.
And you didn't see me this time either, T-Bone,
laughed Barney. T-Bone cried out with fright.
"Oh, Barney, please don't drum on my shell. The noise in here gets so loud that it gives me a headache and it makes me shake all over."
Barney Beaver threw his head back and laughed.
"Too late, old boy,"
he said. "I'm on my way to play with a band right now, and I might as well get in a little practice before I go."
With that, Barney Beaver drummed a fast tat-a-tat-tat on T-Bone's shell with his big flat tail. And when he finished with his tat-a-tat-tat, he drummed a bee-bop, bee-bop too. In fact, it sounded rather exciting. Even Penny clapped her hands in joy. "Why, T-Bone," screamed Penny happily, "I never knew you were so musical. Can you hear me in there, T-Bone? You sound just beautiful." Even Porcupine and Dr. Owl agreed that the drumming sounded pleasant enough.
"That's true, T-Bone,"
cried out Porcupine.
"Shall we dance, Penny?"
As Barney Beaver tat-a-tat-tatted, as Penny and Porcupine danced, as Dr. Owl tapped his toe, there was a loud pop.
"My head is unstuck!" shouted T-Bone with delight. "My head shook out!"
And indeed it did. There was T-Bone's head out of his shell, looking just as handsome as ever, and his glasses weren't even broken. They all grasped Barney by the hand and thanked him for what he had done. During all that time, Barney didn't stop drumming once.
"Thank you, Barney!"
shouted T-Bone over the noise of the bebops.
"Anytime," replied Barney. "Anytime."
Porcupine's quills trembled with glee.
"Oh, gosh, T-Bone,"
said Porcupine.
"if your shell could make that kind of music, you'll be the life of every party."
"Do you really think so, Porcupine?"
asked T-Bone. Barney Beaver stopped drumming long enough to answer T-Bone.
"That's what I've been telling you, boy," he said. "It sounds great, real great."
There wasn't a more overjoyed turtle in the world than T-Bone.
"Well, gee," he exclaimed, "I guess you're right. With my head on the outside, it does sound kind of nice."
Then he had a great idea.
"Say, why don't we all go to the band practice with you, Beaver?"
asked T-Bone eagerly. Beaver welcomed the suggestion and said,
"Wonderful, T-Bone. You can be the guest of honor."
Porcupine, Penny, and Owl squealed with delight at the way everything had turned out.
"You can even throw your glasses away now, T-Bone,"
said Porcupine,
"as long as you and Barney Beaver are going to do an act together."
"Never, never, T-Bone," cried Penny. "You look so handsome in them."
"And besides, Penny,"
whispered T-Bone shyly,
"the better to see you with. You're the prettiest girl in the whole world."
And she was, too. Anybody, even T-Bone, could see that.